Let's face it, nothing lasts forever. Fame, money, love, nothing. And some celebrities have lived to tell the tale of a failed career. So in this video, we'll look at 12 more South African celebrities who absolutely wrecked and ruined their careers to the brim. Watch till the end and subscribe. Number 12, Vtis. If speaking the truth can ruin your life was an example, Vtis would be that example. She spoke up against the exploitation in the industry and she got the boot. After Vtis spoke up, others like Ramechweni spoke up too. But because they had spoken against one of the biggest film productions in South Africa, namely the Fergusons, she never got employed again, at least not in any rememberable role. According to sources, the Fergusons had badmouthed her in the industry as a difficult actor and advised other productions not to hire her. And as such, the actresses had to find other ways to survive other than the mainstream acting. Number 11, Prince KB. Let's be honest, Prince KB was a superstar towards 2018 with his outstanding guitar melodies. That was until Amapiano came and slaughtered his genre out of existence. And when he ran out of content and was no longer relevant, KB started leaking his private parts on social media, allegedly to stay relevant. From there, he released some singles and started rebuilding his relationship with his formerly abandoned son, something he admitted publicly. But unfortunately, nobody gave a listen to his music and he was demoted by the country to an upcoming artist. And as of 2024, he produces covers of popular Amapiano songs. In a bid to stay relevant, the musician became even more irrelevant in the mainstream media. Here's what Mapa said to say about him in a live video.
Like, I feel it's good ideas. As an plan, I want to say to everyone, family, I want to the private party, like, what have you like? Palaguas to you, I hit or I artist, was I artist, was I try to break it.
Number 10, DJ Mapa. Mapa is arguably South Africa's biggest producer as of 2024, but it's always in some serious controversy every now and then, and recently it all came to a final meltdown when he was accused of being a vulture by Something Soweto when Mapa released Our Funny without crediting him. After that, Mapa went on a live stream complaining about how ungrateful some artists were. He even went as far as to say he had done so much for South Africa.
You know how much I sacrifice?
He mentioned the likes of Vigro Deep, Cetril, Melindo and others, saying they didn't understand how the music industry worked. He even cried in the live stream. And in our books, it seems like the way Mapa was doing business led to his career going in shambles. He literally ruined it for himself by insisting to own 100% of the music rights. Number 9, Julius Malema. I mean, this guy had it all. He had the fame, the love, the praise, and some even considered voting for him until he started promoting the open border policy. And let's be honest, his time wasn't exactly the greatest. Malema ended up losing to the MK party in the presidential elections, taking 4th place after the former president Jacob Zuma.
Zuma must fall, Zuma must fall.
As if that wasn't enough of a slaughter, the MK party also ended up taking his own deputy president, Honorable Floyd Shivambu, and many other members. To add salt to the wound, Malema didn't even know Shivambu was resigning and was flabbergasted by the announcement. Since then, he has tried to take an anti-foreigner stance, but his career is over and he might need to get someone else to lead the party for credibility, maybe Ndlozi if he wasn't on his way already. Number 8, Carlo Hadebe. Another guy who kind of sort of ruined his career is Carlo Hadebe. He was famous for his iconic role as Silo on Generations The Legacy. Hadebe came to the spotlight early this year after he requested donations from the public, citing he had been out of work for almost 3 years. But according to Carlo, he has never wasted money, going as far as saying in his entire life he has never even bought champagne and paid all his bills on time and sometimes even months ahead. So how did he lose all his money and houses? Well, according to the actor, he was unemployed for 3 years straight and says his lack of interest in networking with other people in the industry was the ultimate cause of his dismay. While the actor has fallen flat to the ground and seems to have neurological disorders, he believes he'll get up again, and top producers like Mandla N have voiced out their willingness to work with him soon. Number 7, Musa Kula. Musa was a critic of celebrities, calling them pretentious, arrogant, and fake, and many other unmentionable names. He always sought to expose the negative side of celebrities. That was until his own dirty laundry came out to haunt him. He allegedly murdered his boyfriend, and there were witnesses who later pressed charges. According to the sources who witnessed the incidents, Musa Kula was dumped by the boyfriend because he was clingy and controlling. The boyfriend then moved on to a girl named Jafta. This sparked a lot of anger in Musa, who allegedly started sending threats to the boyfriend. After he blocked him, he went to his place, and in the altercation, Musa took out a knife and stabbed him. 3 years later, which would be this year, he was arrested for the murder and is currently awaiting trial and sentencing. Number 6. Chida Adina. When we talk a tainted career, this girl definitely topped it, and we don't know if we can still say South African celebrity after all that drama. But Adina was top 16 in Miss South Africa's pageantry when people started questioning her origins because of, the Nigerian sounding name. While South Africans were accused of xenophobia, their hate paid off when the Minister of Home Affairs looked into the girl's identity, only to find out that her mother had stolen someone else's identity. Chida then resigned from Miss SA and decided to join Miss Universe Nigeria, which she won. But after all that, the beauty queen's career as a South African was ruined because the South African IDs and passports were confiscated. She could have just stayed out of the limelight of all things. It was very bold to join Miss South Africa with a questionable background. Number 5. DJ Sbu. Like Mapa, Sbu ruined his career when he was still a record label, signing and exploiting artists. After many allegations of exploitation, including the Zahara saga, no one wanted to work with Sbu anymore, and his career started dwindling, and soon enough he ran out of money and couldn't afford the expensive Louis Vuitton and Gucci bags he used to buy. He then started pushing his energy drink More Fire, which didn't work out as great as he thought, because he later got employed at SABC, despite preaching to South Africans that they should avoid being corporate slaves and follow his footsteps and start businesses like his More Fire business, which he allegedly no longer owns as bigger brands have bought all his shares. He sold his stake in 2017 for 493 million rands. While he's the co-founder, he's no longer an owner, but basically a brand ambassador and influencer of More Fire. While he's not broke like some who failed to secure the bag, his career is definitely ruined as he's now just a YouTuber and a podcaster. Number 4. MT. Another human manual of what not to do as a public figure is MT. This guy was one of the biggest musicians in South Africa. Well, sort of. But people absolutely loved the bloke, and when he was reaching his peak, he discovered a creative way to ruin his career. The young musician was accused by his spouse of physical abuse, and she even reported him. Furthermore, he tried to bankrupt his wife by attempting to withdraw $500,000 from their estate account before divorcing her. But luckily his wife forgave him and they reunited, and MT is now an upcoming artist who probably will never release another hit unless he works with DJ Mapa, but it's very unlikely because of his painful experiences with ambitious entertainment. Number 3. Shabby Shit. Shabby Shit was an overnight sensation in 2023 when he released a lot of songs and took the country by storm. He started fumbling and getting into accidents, and one accident claimed the life of his daughter. Ah yes, an overnight sensation dwindles overnight. Nobody could have expected that. The musician lost momentum like Skomoda, and very few people are now streaming his music. Even Mapa couldn't save him after releasing a flopped hit with him in December. He gave up on him and allowed him to do his thing. And most fans blame his recklessness for such incidents, but no one really knows. Julius Malema even paid for his medical bills after he had no medical aid. The same guy who said he owns no property.
I don't have a property.
Number 2. Somizi Mhlongo. If there's anything I can tell you, don't abuse anyone, especially if you're a public figure. But Somizi obviously wasn't in class when this lesson was being given. The star was accused in 2008 of abuse by his partner, to which initially people thought he was probably innocent, until he was accused by his new lovebird Motau Mohali, who was probably an opportunist but will never know. Anyways, after this, Somizi was dropped from Idols and lost a lot of gigs. Even though Idols restored him, he still has a dark cloud over him from the abuse allegations. Number 1. Lady Zama. After all these people, we can agree that no one expected a woman on this list, but here we are. Zama was a total legend alongside the likes of Prince KB until she accused Java of the R word. Most people believed her initially until it was revealed that the musician was allegedly lying, and she even apologized. That made her a total wreck in the eyes of South Africans who no longer wanted to hear her say anything about women's rights. Java almost lost his career and lost gigs due to her accusations, not to mention the possibility of jail time. And that'll be all for today. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this.